Television dials completely out of style and no one's too sure if they work. Frayed wires hanging above the remains of hopeful mice who took a roll of the dice and tried to nest on top of that box that once projected murmurs of wars. Books stacked on books, water stains mixing with the artwork dye. Atop the loft of literature there for looks sits Catcher in the Rye. A story built the same year as this house, a classic build with a vintage tone, but no proof that this house was ever a home. Books stacked on books in a card table that once hosted Monday Night Rook. A cold neighbor to piles of dust, evidence of rust, a pinnacle for broken trust. Books stacked on books by 5 frozen beings seated at the kitchen nook. Newspapers to block the faces of what are assumed to be parents, but it's apparent there's no connection, just existence and the correlation between DNA and similar genetics. Familiar faces to each other, but no souls connected. No wires intertwined, just covered by the same physical canopy. Genetics may define similarities, but don't always define a family. With books stacked on books, disrepair and lack of emotional continuity. The stereotypical story of drones in a thriving society. Missing out on the proclamation that they need to team up because deeper recession is always coming. Books stacked on books, sharing stories of families like these, not rejoicing in the fact that we aren't struggling, or are we? With boys from war riding home. Missionaries being killed with no access to the phone. Harlots selling their innocence to put meat on their bones. A fallen union, now a broken home. The similarity to the brokenness overseas in this cold family is the fact that just like those broken hearts, our houses are empty, and the lack of love does not discriminate against the rich or the wealthy. Brokenness affects all who lack the love of a family. And maybe mom and dad decided to leave you alone, but you have family who wants you to sit on the right side of a beautiful throne, because you don't deserve to live empty.